This is already setting up to be an amazing arc right now. An amazing arc right now. Higashi, please don't go on hiatus for a long time to come. Please don't do it after the amazing setup of this chapter. Kurapika Leorio. Let's go. So the chapter opens up, bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. Leorio invited to the Zodiac and to go to the Dark Continent. And in a way, it feels kind of shady, his invitation, because for the most part, they're saying, we're inviting you because, you know, you have a good face with the public now. This worked really well in the political aspect. So it's not like they're saying you're an amazing man and you really contribute greatly to this cause, because at the end of the day, you know, he's a medical student. He's not even, you know, a full-on doctor yet. So a big portion of it does feel a little bit shady the way they're inviting him, but nonetheless, he's going to be able to accomplish his goal by going here, as far as he's going to graduate from medical school and everything. They pretty much start saying in a few months, 2 months basically being on this boat, you're going to be able to accomplish all of your medical things. And it's just like, fuck yeah, already opening up the chapter with setup and progressing that finally we're going to have Leorio back in the story. It's been a long time since he's been a real true key player to an arc. I mean, the election arc, he was in it, but for the most part, it wasn't really like this big grand arc. It was mainly just very political and, you know, doing different things like that. But with this one, this is going to be an adventure again, and I can't wait to have Leorio on an adventure. And then when he said, yo, you know, bring Kurapika, you know, that's the one person I want to come with me, I was like, no way, because we all know with Kurapika, the only way he would even consider going is something to do with his clan's eyes. And I'm like, well, you know, they have to talk about something. They have to dangle a carrot in front of him to get him to go. Boy, was I right. Now I'm going to jump out and say it. The way Pariston is acting in this chapter and the characterization that we get based on what we learned about him, oh my gosh, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he was partially or fully responsible for the initial Chimera ant crisis that we just faced a couple arcs ago. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he started it all. Maybe he's been having these Chimera ants for a while. Who the hell knows? Maybe if he started it all, because the way he was talking in this chapter and what we find out about him, that pretty much he is basically a twisted fuck. Like, he is a twisted motherfucker. He gets happiness off of people hating him. He is fucked in the head. You hate me? I love that. And then since I love that, I want to destroy whatever I love. It's like, that is a twisted motherfucker. Like, Pariston, I knew something was up with him. I knew that he wasn't, you know, the straight and narrow guy. But my gosh, the fucked up mind that we find out he has in this chapter, it's like, oh my god. If he is that type of person to really like to see things like that, people hate him and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if at some given point, maybe during the Dark Continent, he reveals this so that way he gets this happiness that they're all gonna hate him for what he did. And from here on out, Ging, you are no longer Ging Freaks. From now on, I'm calling you Yusuke Urameshi 2.0, baby. His character that we're finally getting, it feels like we've known about this character for so long. I mean, the entire series, basically, we've known about him. We've known of him, shall I say. But we're now getting to learn about him. We're getting the character now. We're learning and understanding what he's about. And he is a no fucks given. I don't give two shits about anything. I'll slap the fuck out of you. The way he grabs that thug. And at first I was like, yo, did he just box the living fuck out of his face? And his fist, I don't know if that was a technique, a Nen technique, if he was just so scary, his fist, that he made the guy believe that he just beat the living shit out of him, but holy fuck. And since we're comparing him to Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho, I will say that he is definitely more perceptive, because he was able to deduce a couple of different things about Pariston, and I like how he's like, yeah, we're similar in certain aspects, but I'm not a sick fuck like you. Honestly, Jing's character right now in this chapter, getting more to understand what he's about and who he is, he's a fucking boss. He is a fucking boss. He's like, yo, who's the strongest person up in here? Who is strong up in here? I was like, goddamn, Ging. Goddamn, Yusuke Urameshi 2.0. Please let him be Yusuke in the future. I'm begging you, Tagashi, please. And then we cut to the Kurapika operation with the cow dude. His name, I ain't gonna be able to remember that for a while, but I'm glad we're getting to learn a little bit more about him as well, because we're gonna be going on this journey with these people, and if we're gonna get to learn a little bit about them, I'd rather it be like this, one-on-one, even though I can't remember his name, and I've tried many times to remember it, but it's not happening. At least I'm getting more about the character, so when I see him, I can identify with him and say, okay, even if I don't remember your name for 8 million chapters, I know what you're about. I understand you a little bit more. When he went up in Kurapika's hardcore operation and he just froze those dudes with his technique, I'm like, okay, there's a reason you're in the Zodiac. And speaking of Kurapika's operation, he's running around with thugs. Like, Kurapika, like, he's another one that doesn't give a fuck. Like, he is on his mission, on his goal, and that's all that matters. And it felt like classic Hunter x Hunter Kurapika moment when he lost it. When dude brought up those eyes and he lost it, I was like, this feels like classic Hunter x Hunter right now. This feels amazing. I fucking love this. Like, this chapter, introducing two characters, because initially I was like, okay, maybe this is going to just completely throw off our main cast, and Togashi's just going to go straight. We're going to get Ging, Pariston, and beyond Netero, and that's going to be it. That's, you know, that's the extent of what this arc is going to be. But the fact that he brought in Leorio, and I was like, good shit, you're bringing in, you know, a character that's been neglected for a long time as far as being in the big and broad arcs. Great fucking shit. But that Kurapika accepts at the end after finding out about this deal is like, oh, we're gonna have Kurapika, Leorio, Ging, which, you know, Leorio and Ging, I don't know if they tangle well right now after, you know, that whole election arc mess. Pariston, and beyond Netero. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be... If the way it's setting up, this could possibly be already, it's showing potential to be the best arc. And it's like, of course, there's still loads to go, and that's way too early to say, because we had Chimera, we've had many great arcs, New York New, many great arcs. But just the setup is already promising so many amazing things, especially this chapter. Like, since the return, hands down, this is my favorite chapter since the return. I know it's only 3 chapters, but out of the 3, by far, this is my favorite. Bringing Kurapika and Leorio back in, fuck yeah. The thing is, Leorio and Kurapika, with this mission, are getting ever so close to their goals, because Leorio, with this, finishing this, he gets to become basically a full-on doctor. Kurapika going on this mission, the dude that actually has probably the remainder of the eyes of his clan, on this mission, he gets his goal completed as well. So this could definitely finish off those two characters. If this arc, depending on how long it goes, whatever, this arc could be the finishing arc regarding Kurapika and Leorio and just their prevalence in the story. Like, after this arc, it might just be Gon and Kitawa for the remainder afterward, because this could really, if they don't die, again, this is Dark Continent we're talking about, if they don't die, they will finish their goals. But the thing is, can Kurapika really contain himself? Because he finds out in this chapter that the guy is basically the 4th prince of Kaking, and basically he's going to have to be on that ship with him. Do you really think, just hearing this guy talk about his clan's eyes and everything, he went ballistic, do you think he's going to be able to stay on a ship with some dude that is embezzling and smuggling his fucking clan's eyes? I don't think, like, they're going to even make it on the ship. Like, so much chaos and carnage is being set up just for the fucking boat ride to the Dark Continent. Like, oh my god, Togashi, why are you doing this to me? And another important thing about this chapter was Pariston is basically saying that they're going to hunt down Beyond. They're going to bring him there, let him loose, and it's like a wild fucking animal. So we're going to have the Chimeras all over the place, which again, Pariston, sick motherfucker, probably started the original invasion. And then we're going to be hunting down Beyond Ging, Pariston. Like, Pariston is going to be a big role regarding everything. Like, I can see Pariston, he is slowly leading into, from being like this political mystery to possibly being a huge villain afterward, because at the end of the day, just finding out how fucked up he is, we still don't even know. Probably there's more to him than even what he's told us thus far. If he likes to be fucking hated, he loves it, and then he likes to take away what he loves, he likes to destroy what he loves, he's a fucked up person, and it's gonna be great stuff. Like, this chapter, great chapter. It was a great setup, great progression. I can't wait to go to the Dark Continent. I'm giving this one 9 out of 10. No action needed. Great setup, introducing back these characters, and it's looking like, since all of Chimera, which spanned over years, Togashi wrote that over years, was focused on Gon and Kitawa, he's making it up now. Like, okay, I know you've been missing Kurapika, guys. I know you've been missing Leorio. We got a little bit of Leorio in the election, and like one panel of Kurapika at the end of the election arc, you know, seeing him with his clan or whatever, his clan's eyes. I'm gonna make it up, and now we're gonna have Dark Continent with them, and Ging is like characterization of Ging, characterization of Pariston. Brilliant chapter. Again, 9 out of 10. Great stuff. Not as dialogue heavy either as the past 2 chapters, so that was great as well, because I know a lot of people are like, the fuck's all this dialogue? Just overall, I'm fucking pumped. It's like, oh. Let me know what you guys think regarding this chapter. Are you psyched? Are you pumped for Leorio and Kurapika Dark Continent? Pariston's sick, twisted fucking mind, and him with Ging gonna be hunting down Beyond. Chimeras all over the place. Like, is this gonna be like the greatest arc? And already it's like we're only 3 chapters. Like, Togashi, you're fucking genius, bro. Just your overall thoughts. Are you excited? Like me right now, I'm so pumped. I can't wait. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do that as well. That'd be awesome, and experience this hunter greatness with me on ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day.